Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Ravens' Marlon Humphrey low-key took a ride named Derrick Henry in practice yesterday. Derrick Henry is a problem for the Baltimore Ravens defense, just ask CB Marlon Humphrey. Already giving them fits without pads, it sounds like he had his way with them in full contact work yesterday. And that means other teams, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, had better gear up and strap up. Responding to Ravens website editorial director Ryan Mink's statement that Derrick Henry was knocking some bodies around, Humphrey wholeheartedly agreed. "I can confirm," he said. "I low-key took a ride today from the King. I'm happy he's on our side, lol." Henry is in his first season with the Ravens, following an 8-year career with the Tennessee Titans. It was there that he cemented the nickname King Henry, including a rare 2,000-yard rushing season in 2020. Even at 29 in 2023, he still rushed for 1,176 yards with 12 touchdowns and made the Pro Bowl. But he has never had a quarterback like Lamar Jackson during his career. Running backs tend to benefit significantly from playing with running quarterbacks because it forces defenses to divide their attention. Henry did play with Marcus Mariota, but Jackson is on a whole different level. That should concern the Steelers and other teams now. Henry might be 30 years old now and on the backstretch of his career, but he is still one of the best in the game. He has an advantage as a runner that he has never had before, which could turn back the clock. On two separate, occasions, cornerbacks Marlon Humphrey and Arthur Maulet had their arms wrapped around Henry's waist, looking like they were holding on for dear life, Mink wrote for the Ravens website. One outside run with Ronnie Stanley and Andrew Voorhees out in front blocking looked like a steam engine rolling downhill, which is exactly what the Ravens want to create with Henry. Of course, Mink writes for the Ravens, and they are more partial than the Steelers staff writers and less objective. They will provide biased commentary that pumps up the team, so take this with a grain of salt. But Marlon Humphrey will be taking a seat with an ice pack today after running into Henry. Baltimore knows very clearly how important Derrick Henry is to this team. They prioritized him as the only major outside free agent signing this year, viewing him as the piece that puts them over the hump. And they expect him to play a pivotal role in the AFC North. Ravens ILB Roquan Smith, for example, talked about how it's up to Henry and his blockers to handle Patrick Queen. A former Raven, Queen signed with the Steelers this offseason, and they expect Henry to make him regret it. It might be Marlon Humphrey and Arthur Maulet taking licks from Derrick Henry in practice right now, but during the regular season, he will be trying to do the same to Patrick Queen and company. Justin Fields operating the offense really well, Arthur Smith says, wants to play to strengths. Justin Fields was with the Chicago Bears when the Pittsburgh Steelers hired Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator. Smith certainly had no idea that he would be building his new offense with his skill set in mind. Of course, the Steelers have Russell Wilson as their starter, but Fields is the backup and could play in sub-packages. Smith is the type of football mind who strives to build around what he has, like a thrifty chef. So since the Steelers traded for Justin Fields, he has been reviewing their options about what they can do with him. He talked pretty extensively about the young quarterback on Thursday during practice. "I think Justin Fields has done a fantastic job, and we're getting to know him," Smith said via transcript provided by the Steelers media department. He described the time he has gotten with Wilson Limited as critical reps for now and the future. A 2021 first-round draft pick, Justin Fields went 10-28 as a starter for the Bears. He threw for 6,674 yards with 40 touchdowns against 30 interceptions, also rushing for 2,220 yards and 14 scores. Last season, he posted a 5-8 record but improved throughout the year, ending on a 4-2 run. Still, the Bears, with the first overall pick, elected to move him, drafting Caleb Williams. the Steelers only relinquished a conditional 2025 sixth-round pick to acquire Fields, a bargain given expectations. While he has shown flashes during the first week of training camp, however, Steelers reporters still don't see a competition. Even some national reporters agree, but they are more open to the idea. Russell Wilson is the starter, but Fields might be playing his way into a niche. The Steelers won't come out and say that, though, and to be fair, we're not even in the preseason yet. Arthur Smith noted how much change the Bears put Fields through in his young career, indicating that it was a hindrance to his ability to grow. This is his third system, offensively, going from his first year in Chicago to last year, he said. But I've seen him. He's really operating the offense well. There's a lot of things that he can play to his strengths, and that's exciting. Fields' defining trait is his 4.44 speed, among the fastest 40 times ever recorded by a quarterback at the combine. He has been flashing that speed as a weapon, and the Steelers have even experimented with him in packages. At least, they have employed him in package-like looks that they could use with Wilson starting. While he still exhibits the inconsistency that has followed him throughout his career, he still tantalizes with his natural abilities. Smith is also impressed with Justin Fields' demeanor, and he is seeing that come out more with his recent work. Him having more reps, he said, has accelerated that process. He's done a good job so far. He added of Fields, I really like him. I really like his demeanor. We actually saw him talking some trash the other day and just be himself, and that's all we're asking for. I imagine the Steelers will get a long look at Fields during the preseason, especially next week. We will have to see if Wilson participates in that game at all. If he doesn't, I could see Fields playing the majority of the game. After all, as Smith said, they are building toward the future with the work they're doing with him now. Patrick Queen responds to ex-Ravens teammates Steelers jab. Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker Patrick Queen is making sure the rivalry between them and the Baltimore Ravens stays alive, as he recently responded to his former teammate, Arthur Maulet, taking a jab at him. At training camp, Queen mentioned how Pittsburgh and Baltimore are different, and that he's siding with everything that his current city offers, most notably the food. Maulet heard what Queen said, and responded to reporters saying, "PQ, we know the food is not better, bro. We know the city is not better, bro. Come on now," via the Ravens website. Queen then responded on X, formerly Twitter, with "We in camp and y'all still bringing up my food takes," with a meme that says in bold letters "rent-free. "We in camp and y'all still bringing up my food takes." Queen was initially asked about the decision to move on from the Ravens, but still stay in the division and sign with the Steelers. At the end of the day, money makes you happy, but you also have to win to be happy, Queen told The Athletic. "I'd rather win and be happy than be miserable with a lot of money. It's a better atmosphere here for me. Everybody is cool, the people are cool, the players are cool, and the food spots are better. I am a big food guy. I love food. I am more of a true food guy rather than a seafood guy. I like meat and stuff like that. It's just a better atmosphere for me here." And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Arthur Maulet? Leave your opinion in the comments.